me for that.
Yes, he did.
Hey, everybody, it's a podcast. How's it going?
I'm pretty good.
Going good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Actually, this was a pain in the ass, I gotta say.
Yeah, to get it all set up.
Yeah.
But it'll be easier next time.
Yeah. It only took 4 hours.
Only?
Yeah.
Really, 4 hours?
I have no idea. I
Go
just
on.
made that up.
Well, it's almost 11 o'clock. We got here at like 8:30-ish.
Wow, jeez.
It took a minute to get it set up.
So, my name's Grin. I'm from Grinning My name is Grin. I'm from Grinning Studios.
My name is Bryan, and this is not Traveling on a Dime.
But you're from Traveling.
I am from Traveling on a Dime.
My name is Graham. I just got here a month ago, and I'm loving it so far.
And my name is Onsen, and I live here. That's it.
And he owns the place that we're doing this all
that's
at.
it, yeah.
Welcome
And
to Buddies.
half the equipment that we're using to record this. This
Yes.
place is
Only
called
half.
Buddies.
Buddies, yes.
And this podcast is Gaijin Smash.
Gaijin
Smash!
So what we're going to do, we're just going to talk about stuff in Japan. And we've all got stories, and everybody's got something to bring to the table to talk about. And there's no shortage of funny, hilarious shit that we see. And don't worry about cussing or anything like that. That's fine. This is the first podcast, so we got to lay down the rules. Rule number 1, you're not allowed to say anyone's stupid, but you can say go on and let them continue on with their stupidity.
Go on.
Elaborate, please.
That's just way too perfectly nice and gentlemanly. You got to be a little
Go on.
crass. Other rules. There was one more rule. What was the other rule?
Time to boobs, time to sex.
No.
There was
a rule.
if
That
we
was, that was other stuff.
say something that we can't talk about, you just say we can't talk about that.
Yeah,
and then we
not
move
allowed
on.
to, yeah. If someone has something that they don't want you to talk about it, you can say that, and we have to abide by that for whatever reason that may be.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So what we started out here was drinking, and we kind of had some trouble here with the. But tell me what happened here.
This is the bottle of wine that Anders said, hey, you want to try some of this Australian wine? It's really good. And then he said, oh, I'm too lazy to get this bottle open because he didn't have
Bottle opener.
a bottle opener.
A corkscrew.
We decided to get a corkscrew. Bottle opener,
Yes.
corkscrew, it's the same difference.
It's
We're
not
talking
really
about
the
wine.
same. Bottle opener is a bottle opener.
Well,
This is a bottle.
Technically, that is a cork screw because it has a screw in it, and it is a cork.
It is a screw. The screw is now in a cork, so it is a corkscrew.
So it is a
It
cork
is.
screw.
We put a threaded screw into the cork and then pulled it out by using a pair of needle nose pliers and the screwdriver that got progressively wider as the handle went up. And then as soon as we got it to this point,
And you know what? It works just as well.
yes, it
Oh,
does.
yeah. Third rule: when somebody's talking, you got to be quiet. You got to let that person talk
Yeah,
gotcha.
until he's finished or until there's a spot. Or if you have to cut in for whatever reason, you got to say, "I'm sorry, I got to cut in," and you got to get everybody's attention. If you can't command the attention, then you don't deserve the attention at that point in time. You just got to wait.
Okay.
And since
If
I'm the
somebody-
host, if I say shut the fuck up, I say shut the fuck up, and you all shut the fuck up.
May I ask a question?
My bad.
Yeah, go
My
ahead.
bad.
Go ahead.
If somebody is stuttering around and can't get the word that they're thinking of, can I stick that word out there
Yeah,
for
yeah.
them?
Just as long as everybody isn't talking at the same time.
Okay.
I don't know how much this stuff can handle. I mean, we're dealing with some pretty cheap equipment here.
What are you saying?
Mike.
It was free.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Case in point.
For a first time of doing this, I'd say we've got a pretty good setup, and so far we're all having a pretty good conversation. So,
Well, let's just dive into that right now. You're talking about cheap setups, and I don't know how much this can handle. I think that we're going to do a very good job and surprise even ourselves with what we can do, given what we have.
Go on.
Thank you. For the longest time, I didn't engage in my traveling on a dime for several months because I thought, I don't have the equipment to do this. And then one day I just decided.
People might not know what traveling on
Traveling on a Dime, if you don't know, I am the host, the producer, I do pretty much everything of a travel series called Traveling on a Dime here in Japan, where I do everything that is worth doing on a budget. At the beginning of every show, I declare that I will not spend more than this budget, and then I go out and do crazy things like slide down waterfalls, jump off of bridges, with a bungee cord, of course, or scuba diving. And I will find the cheapest or most economically efficient way to do it.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, you may.
Have you ever gone over budget?
Yes, I have.
Really?
Yeah, a few times.
Really?
Yeah, a couple of times. Yeah, by 14 yen.
By 14 yen.
No,
That's
there
the
was
most you've
one
gone
that
over.
was like, you were like, just fuck it. I'm just gonna. have
Yeah,
fun.
that was my New Year's trip. I got a little bit ambitious with the budget. If I had stuck with my original budget for the New Year's trip, I would not have gotten to do things like scuba diving or jungle kayaking or renting a scooter and driving to one side of an island to another side of the island. And that was more worthwhile, I thought, than saving money.
Okay.
But
and how
what
much,
I did was still a budget
Inexpensive.
trouble.
It was still pretty good.
how
a
much?
lot.
How much did you go over budget?
By about $700.
$700 in yen, please.
70,000 yen. I
Thank
had
you.
set myself for a 12-day trip a budget of 120,000 yen. By the end of the trip, I spent 190,000 yen. Question,
Now,
Graham.
where did you go for that?
I went to Okinawa, so I had to fly down to Okinawa. I had to take boats from one island to another island and another island to another island. I had to stay at hotels. I mean, I did the cheapest, not the cheapest common denominator all the time, but the most economically efficient common denominator.
Now,
And I did all I could do with what I had available to me. So it was a very worthwhile trip. I loved the trip.
So
I'd like to
that's
do it again.
Traveling on a Dime. That's his show. You can find that on Grinning Studios, which is my YouTube channel, where you'll probably find this, Gaijin Smash and everything else, until we form a network.
The number one thing to remember about traveling on a dime: ordinary is strictly prohibited. So we're gonna do the best thing you can possibly do.
Plug whatever you like in here, man. Go ahead. You know?
I will.
Plug
Thank
your
you very
show.
much.
Do it.
I just did.
yeah, well, you know, we just did a bit of traveling ourselves today.
Yes,
we
we did.
visited Wakamatsu
Aizu
Wakamatsu
Wakamatsu.
Castle,
Tsurugajo Castle.
Tsurugajo Castle, which is a reconstructed castle
Yep.
in Fukushima.
Yep.
Took us quite a while to get there, but then on the way back, we took a actual steam engine,
Yes. The Banetsu Monogatari.
which was pretty cool. I mean, we got on, and
Real quick, because
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about this. The Monogatari. That
It means story.
It means story, right?
Yes.
So there should be a story.
so
We
it's
asked
a
about
story
that.
about a story.
Yeah, they said we call it the Monogatari because it is the people riding the train making their own story. It is them making the story about their trip. So the Monogatari is the story of the people who got to ride the train.
Well,
and go
that's
to-
a very appropriate name, I think.
Yeah, it could be indeed. It could indeed be an appropriate story.
Japanese of the day, Monogatari means
A story.
a story,
A tale.
a tale.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's all right.
What were you saying?
I was saying we got to ride the steam engine. That was actually my first time riding a steam engine before. I had
I'm
taken
gonna open it.
trains. I had taken like subway trains. I had taken the Joban line and the Yamanote line before here in Japan,
And the bullet train.
and the bullet train. But I had never had. I had never ridden a steam engine before, and that was definitely a really cool experience. So just one of the things you can do in Japan that you really have difficulty doing in the U.S. anymore. You know,
Goddamn.
I really like Japan because it's the perfect mix of traditional and modern. You go down a street and you have all the technology of modern day, but at the same time you have all the traditions of ancient times,
All the old buildings.
just the old buildings, the way that the people act, the shops are oriented, the clothes sometimes. It's a really cool surreal mix between modern and ancient, I think. What do you guys think of that?
I mean, okay. The Japanese is like a totally different culture, right? Or Japan has a total different culture from America. And everybody here is from America.
Yep.
We'll try to get some Aussies or something like that, or English people on here. Hey, we got more people coming in.
Yeah,
Hey,
there's guests coming.
Be quiet. But yeah, for us, it's like almost backwards. It's like like not backwards as in bad or anything like that. Just backwards.
Backwards is indifferent.
Making a lot of noise.
Well, it is. It's different. I mean, from a cultural perspective, it's interesting because America and Japan, we kind of like feed off of each other's cultures. At least as far as I view it. Like, we import a lot of Japanese food, animation. Music kind of goes one way, but we kind of like feed off. Go on.
Yeah,
we kind of feed off of each other's cultures, and I guess where I'm going with that is that it's different, but it seems like a lot of things that were true in America, such as like the steam engine, the rules of order, have changed a lot in America, but the traditions are kept alive here in Japan, and I found that really refreshing.
You thought, like, riding out into the countryside on the trains, that you felt like the old school feeling of going out on a train journey.
Absolutely.
That was, I think, what did it. Like,
Yeah.
when you go out onto the trains into the countryside, there is that old school nostalgia that you can recapture.
Yeah.
It's like almost taking a trip back in time, because you're going out into farmland and it's empty. It's just these old wooden houses, a couple of tractors, and then the train itself is a very small train, and the station buildings.
Okay,
are just a
okay.
shack.
So we got that point, but I really want to get into this because I'm kind of hungry.
Okay.
And I brought some snacks. And where the hell are
Oh,
they?
did you?
Actually, why don't we
Where are the
introduce
snacks?
the
Motekita
guests?
no mono.
So
Yes, we should.
Ah,
Yeah, why don't we
I found it.
Yes, I mean, we got them here.
You didn't
Hey,
get it?
Greg
Put this
and
into
Kentaro.
I'll put it in there.
Come on. Aya.
Be careful. Watch the wires. Watch the wires.
Watch the wires at your feet.
Cho
Watch the
kyotsuke.
wire.
Cho kyotsuke.
Okay, why don't you do a brief introduction?
Kyotsuke.
Self-introduction. Yes.
Kyotsuke.
Hi.
Okay.
Well, you'd have to use that.
Yes, you have to use this one. So, introduce yourself.
Kyotsuke.
You have to look. The camera's there. Oh, camera's there.
Here's the camera.
There's the camera. So, here, introduce yourself. Introduce yourself. Where are you going?
どうぞ紹介する。
紹介する。
あなたの名前とか。
どうぞ。Where are you from?
はい、こっちを見て。
In English.
Hi, my name is Aya.
Good job.
And
Hi, my name is Kentaro Togashi. Call me Ken.
Good job.
Go on. Okay.
turn around there.
Hi, my name is Greg Taylor.
And I teach a class on Wednesday nights, and these are my students. Well, Greg's not my student; he's another teacher. So that's how we know these people. They came here. It was a double booking. Yes. Would we like some of these? Would we like some of this? Yes,
yeah,
we
that's
would.
great.
Thank you
Oh
very
yeah,
much.
that's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
Yakidango.
Yes.
Okay, just stay out of the camera. All right, thanks for coming. Now get the fuck out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So evil, Steve.
Are these? What are these?
Dango.
These are
Okay.
none of your business.
Yeah, these are rice cake. Rice
Oh, is it
cake?
mochi? Is it mochi?
Yes, it's mochi.
Is it
Okay.
mochi?
It's like squishy rice cake
Rice paste.
stuff.
Yeah.
With
Okay.
teriyaki all over it.
I think I actually did try one of these once at Ueno when
Go
we
on.
went to the Hanami.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna introduce these things. So,
Okay.
Okay.
we got the dango. That's these little round rice balls, rice nuts, rice testicles, whatever you want to call them. Then we got this. This is I love this in Japan. It's pizza chips.
Those are so
Pizza
good.
chips. These are
Pizza
fucking
flavored potato
good. I
chips.
love these.
They are good.
And then I
These
got
are pretty
these. I got these scone, corn something or other. It's corn flavored chip like things. And then this is I don't know what you want to call these. Oh, hello.
Nice. Oh, thank you.
Stay right out of the camera too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cutie.
Yeah, cutie. Cucumber.
Nice. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And these are like spicy cracker things with nuts, but it's got this flavor of wasabi. And wasabi is different from spicy because it's like it hits you
It's
right in the sinuses, and you're like but it goes away pretty quickly. So pretty good stuff.
Compared to spicy
Now,
food.
wasabi is like it's a horseradish root essentially, isn't it? It's the same kind of spice, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have to get all like
Okay.
around that. you guys can fact check. We'll put some stuff in the video links and whatnot. This is Ika, which is squid. This is like squid legs.
Yeah.
Yummy.
And it smells
Squid testicles.
so bad.
Not squid testicles, squid tentacles.
It smells really bad.
Well, that would be a little weird, wouldn't it?
What's
Yeah.
that?
Well, we eat Rocky Mountain oysters in America, so.
Yeah.
What's a Rocky Mountain oyster?
You don't want to know.
Steer balls.
Well, now you know.
No, I know. Steer. Why would you eat steer balls?
Because they're
don't know.
delicious.
Go on.
Tell me more.
No, yeah. In Arizona, where I'm from, Black Canyon City, there's a place called Rock Springs Cafe, and every last Friday of the month they would have the Rocky Mountain oyster fry.
And you ate them.
Yeah.
So you eat balls.
I munched them all up, man. I eat balls. I eat steer balls.
This whole thing, the concept of like eating balls, didn't like gross you out at all.
Yeah, it did. Totally did. But I was hungry.
Were they good?
You were that hungry. I don't think I could ever be that hungry where I could eat balls.
Well, when you put a little horseradish sauce on it, it's pretty good.
Were they spicy balls?
You're gonna have to convince me of
Spicy
that.
balls.
Were they spicy
They were
balls?
spicy
Spicy
balls,
balls.
yeah.
They come with a little bit of a specialty sauce on them.
Have you ever eaten balls?
No,
No. Have you ever eaten balls?
only
No.
gumballs.
Gumballs?
Gumballs,
Gumballs
really?
I can understand, but steer balls or like testicles was what we're talking about
Sorry
here.
about the
Testicles.
noise. I'm going to open this bag of chips.
But
here.
it's testicles we're talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about
Yeah.
testicles. Oh, time to testicles. Yeah.
How long was that?
I don't know.
Not long.
When did we start?
I have no idea.
Like,
Just after
I don't know. Like
You know what?
20
Now
minutes
that I think about it, this is going to be really loud because we're wearing the thing.
Lapel
ago.
mics?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well,
Whatever. I don't have a lapel mic. So
Yeah, you can
I
just
wasn't-
turn away.
I wasn't important enough for a lapel mic. Let's just face it.
Okay, anyone who's got a lapel mic not allowed to eat crunchy food.
Yes.
Okay. But you know what? I have wine, and that makes up for it. So,
How is that wine, by the way? The Australian wine.
this
It's all right.
is
It's really
good.
sweet.
It's really sweet. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
it's like-
sweeter than Zinfandel. I mean, he brought the Zinfandel, which is good,
yeah, it's good.
but the
It was
Australian
like
wine's really
the
sweet.
convenience store Zinfandel.
It's like 11. What is it, 11?
11 something, yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
didn't look.
it's good. Zinfandel is the best wine.
I will
Seriously.
contest you
Now-
on that, but the Zinfandel is good.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever tried, like, a truly expensive wine?
Yes.
Like, hundreds of dollars wine bottle?
But no.
I have
Okay.
one. Here, we can try it later.
Nice. I tried one once. I used to work at a restaurant, like a 4-star restaurant back in the States called Charlie Gito's. Great restaurant. But we had really expensive wine. We had like $450 bottles of wine.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Cool story, man. But it's not about Japan.
No.
That's a good point.
Well,
But
all
go
right.
on.
Well,
You're wasting
Well, go
airtime,
on.
man.
okay.
Go on.
Well, you know
Welcome
what? You
to
want to know a
This
Japan
is
wine
Gaijin
story?
Smash. This isn't back home. I did this
Okay.
and stuff. Smash.
But it is
All right.
about
Well, you want to
wine.
know a Gaijin Smash story then?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Tell us the Gaijin Smash.
All right. When I first came to Japan in August, one of the places that Bryan and I visited was Shimoda in the Izu Peninsula. And I had never tried sake before in my life. And we walked by a bar, and we decided, hey, we're going to try some sake. I've never had sake before.
Okay.
So we go into the bar, and we decide we're going to have one drink. Yeah. So, yeah, that didn't work so well.
No.
So we go in and we order sake, and he's like, well, I don't have sake, but I have frozen sake. And we're
What?
like, what the heck is frozen sake? We've never had that before. So he comes out with this like juice box carton of sake that's like a slushy consistency, pours it
No
out,
chips, man.
and we start drinking this. We're getting a little buzzed. And so we're getting a little buzzed. And we start talking about other drinks that we like. And so we're like, well, I normally drink whiskey, which I do. I like Jack Daniels. So he's like, oh, well, I have this whiskey. You should try this whiskey. So he pours us a shot of whiskey. And we start talking, and we're like, he's like, oh, well, I have this wine from Mount Fuji. And we're like, okay, we've had a little much now, but he pours us this wine from Mount Fuji, and we try
And
it.
says service, free. Here,
Yep.
try it.
Free. So we couldn't refuse that. It's free.
Yeah.
It's a free drink. Who's going to refuse that? So, and then he realizes, oh, wait, no, that's the California wine. We haven't got so here's the Mount Fuji wine. So 5 drinks later, we are like getting very drunk, and we decide, okay, gotta leave. But that was my first experience with sake, as we got completely hammered. So.
It was a good day.
And it wasn't even off sake. We got completely hammered.
Wait,
off
this
other
is all
stuff.
about getting hammered the one time, and you're like, okay.
The first time
Well,
you came to Japan?
When the first time I came to Japan, I had never had sake before. So we tried the sake, and then one drink
Sake.
turned
Sake
into-
is rice wine. It's wine
Rice
made out of
wine.
rice.
It's very potent too. It's got quite a kick to it, from my experience.
Yes, it does. Well, we want to talk about Gaijin Smash itself.
Oh yes.
Gaijin Smash, if you're curious, the term Gaijin Smash refers to when Gaijin, or foreigners in Japan, break the rules because they know they can get away with it. Graham and I decided to take that literally, and instead of it being Hulk Smash, it's Gaijin Smash. Thank you. Like
Gaijin
that.
Smash.
And it all started with a sign with rules written upon it
Yes.
in Nikko. It is a sign that said, "Do not enter."
It's Yumoto Onsen, which is a very nice hot spring. But
And this guy saw the sign and said, "I should take a picture of myself pretending to smash the sign and caption it Gaijin Smash." And so it's just gone on from there. A sign with rules upon it, Gaijin Smash.
my
Hello.
wine glass is empty. Gaijin Smash.
You want me to pay for my beer? Gaijin Smash.
Hello, Kitty-chan. Gaijin Smash.
And we just try to take the most silly or ridiculous pictures. I mean, we laugh at them. We hope one day that everybody else laughs at them too. But yeah,
I'm laughing at you.
Yes, go on.
good.
Go on.
Good.
So, how long ago did this Gaijin Smash?
That was August of last year, so August of 2013.
Yeah.
You
August.
came for a visit that time.
Yeah.
Just for
I
a visit.
did, yeah. I
8-day
had not
visit.
had a vacation in 4 years and decided to come and visit Bryan.
And it was actually the first time the two of us had been in the
to
same
get
place.
in
Actually,
like
yeah,
10
I
years.
remember
Over
that.
10 years.
I remember.
Because we had last seen each other in like 2002 or 2003 when you came back from California and had a stopover at the airport.
That's right, but that was only for a few minutes.
That was for a few minutes, but even
Yeah.
then it had been like 5 years or like 3 or 4 years
Yeah.
since we had seen each other. And then you came to Japan in 2013, so that was at least 10 or 11 years. And then we just ran around Japan.
least, yeah.
And then here you are.
Should we talk about our past? Or is that okay?
Well, you know, we
I
can
mean,
talk
if
about
it's
how
funny,
we got here.
if it's funny, if you think
Yeah.
people will laugh at it, and people will
Well, I
like,
don't think anyone's going to laugh at. Well, they
No.
might laugh at me, but they might not. But
Well,
I
what
mean-
brought you to Japan in the first place?
well,
What
no,
brought
you
me to
see,
Japan?
that kind of stuff. It's like you want people to feel how you're
How
here
you
and
feel.
stuff like that. You don't want to be like, hey, why are you here in Japan? Because that's what every
Japanese
damn
person
Japanese
asks you.
person asks you. Why are you in Japan? Do you like
Okay.
Japanese women? Can you use chopsticks? You know, and it's like.
First, can you use chopsticks?
yes, I
And
couldn't.
when you
use
do use chopsticks,
Yeah.
like, oh, Josu.
You know, the first question they ask me is, well, my students anyway, they ask, oh, do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a girlfriend? That's like, they always ask that.
Yes,
but
they always ask. My students, Bryan Sensei, girlfriend. Oh, not yet. Oh, Bryan Sensei, gay boyfriend, though.
now,
Go
see,
on,
my
go on.
answer is a lot more diplomatic. I always say, I have many friends. I just don't answer them.
You know what I do when they ask me about girlfriends? I go like this.
What?
This is being broadcast.
That's fine.
That's
Yeah.
fine. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's on the camera.
This is the guy who hasn't read the book yet.
That's a
Haven't
good point.
finished reading
He hasn't
Ah.
read. He hasn't read the
Haven't finished
game.
reading,
He hasn't read Mystery Method. He's partially Mystery Method, but
I've read both of them partway through.
so
I need to finish reading them.
and yet, yeah. He's,
I'll play that. Well, you know, I can play with my students. I'll mess with my students.
There
I'll
you
mess
go.
with
There
people.
you go.
That's what you do.
yeah, that's what
50% is
what you
showing
do.
up. 50% is showing up. The rest is a bunch of other things, among them being able to bullshit.
That's right. We can swear on this.
Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
We
this
can.
is- This is totally explicit.
Yeah, explicit.
Explicit,
Explicit.
explicit, and exclusive.
Excellent.
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 I'll probably for YouTube. I might have to like cut out the some swear words and stuff like that. But you know,
Yeah.
Yep.
YouTube.
How long you had a YouTube account?
2 years. 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. It's taken about two. Well, I've had YouTube, like an account, channel, for a long time. Posted something on there and just promptly forgot about it. A year and a half later, it's like, oh, people are watching this. Oh, let's do something with that. And then I started doing more videos, and then I think it was I did this video where I ate at McDonald's. I bought this thing called the Mega Mac. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
No, what is that?
Freaking love that. It's the best burger ever invented.
Is it like a Big Mac or?
It's the Big Mac, but it's like it's a double Big Mac.
It's a double Big Mac. It's fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome.
And I totally botched the video. The video is horrible. I made mistakes in translation. I was talking out my ass, and it was just like I'm a real fucking idiot in the whole video. And people just seem to love it. It's like during the video, I bought the thing, showed, they had this special where it's like you get it in 60 seconds after you order, or you get a free burger or something like that. And I totally messed up. I'm like, 60 minutes and stuff like that. And they're like, everybody who watches the video, I thought this was like you eat it in 60 minutes and you get for free, or 60 seconds and you get it for free. It's like, sorry, man, I'm just an idiot. So, I was born that way. And I'll probably be an idiot when I die. So, sorry. And what I did is I ate the burger in front of the camera, just like, but I sped it up, like, super fast. So you just see me go, and people just seem to really like that kind of stuff. So, and this video became like a pretty viral, mini viral.
How many views?
Right now? God. Few 100,000, I guess.
Seriously?
Wow.
Whoa. I mean, that video is like all of Grinning Studios. 95% of the views that I get are from that one video, and I don't even think it's that great. It's like the worst video I have, I think.
It's almost like Chocolate Rain.
Yeah, right? Chocolate Rain. I can't remember the song.
I haven't seen that one either, so I don't know.
This guy, he's pretty funny. I can't remember his name. He's a black guy, but
he's a kid, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know if he's
like
a kid
13
anymore.
or 14.
Well,
now he is, yeah.
He's older now, but
people grow up.
He has this really low voice, and he's just singing Chocolate Rain, Chocolate Rain, Chocolate Rain over and over and over again. And that's like his real voice, actually. Well, at least that's the way he presents himself on every video I've ever seen.
Interesting.
He's
a good singer, actually.
But that video just went viral, and people seem to like it.
Yeah.
Whatever. You never know. We make a video and it's like, that video is shit, and all of a sudden everybody's watching and it's like, wow, this is great. It's like, oh my god, really?
Gangnam Style.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, Gangnam Style is fun, but I don't know.
Well, it was produced to be that way.
I think so. And everybody just takes it. I wish somebody would just take one of my videos and go, I'm going to make this guy look like an idiot and do a parody or some shit like that.
Go on.
Yeah, I can't wait till somebody like finds some way, like shit. Somebody takes this video and like cuts me in different places to make me look like an idiot. That's fine. I can't wait.
It's like he's climbing in your window, snatching your people up. You want to see that one, don't you?
Don't make me assume my ultimate form.
Oh, jeez, that video.
You've seen that video?
Yeah. That
if you haven't seen that video, it's a lady who's going absolutely crazy because McDonald's isn't serving McNuggets yet.
I'm convinced.
You posted that, didn't you?
I posted that one. I saw that on my video. I reposted it.
I'm convinced that lady was like high as a kite on something. She had to be.
Yeah.
She had to be.
We were having this discussion, right, about bath salts and stuff like that.
Yes.
And he's like, "Oh, well, how do you do bath salts? Like, not real bath salts, not like
yes.
Well, I'm not a druggie, so I don't know.
Well, see, you take the little ball and you put it in the bathtub, and then you leave it there for a little while, and you know.
But no, it's not stuff you put in your
bathtub.
Yeah. It's just the name. It's called bath salts.
I don't know. I don't follow what drugs are. I know what meth is, and that's about all.
Why do you know what meth is?
Because of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I've never watched it. I'm probably the only person on the planet that has never watched that.
Yeah, you probably are the only person on the planet who hasn't watched it.
Actually, I admit I have not watched it either.
Okay.
I need to watch it.
I've got the first season, and I haven't watched it either.
The moral of the story: pay teachers well. That is the moral.
We're teachers.
We are teachers.
We are teachers.
So every single one of us is an English teacher here in Japan. I have my own school.
I have my own school.
He has his own school.
I work at a junior high school in Ibaraki.
And I work at 7 elementary schools, and we both work for the same company. Hello, Aya.
And
we to take our
we're
picture.
getting
This is one of my students, actually.
Hello, Aya.
That's one of my students taking a picture that you can't see.
Get
2, 3. Great English, because I'm apparently an okay teacher.
Good. Nice.
apparently.
Apparently.
Okay, we were talking about earlier the funny things that happen. You guys were telling me in the car that something happened when you guys went to on the train, some jerk or something like that.
Okay,
yes,
we had just we had both gone back to the back of the car so we could shoot photos and videos out the back windows of the train, and as we were getting ready to come back up to the front of the train, I saw a really great view. Most of the booths were occupied. Actually, they were all occupied, but one of them had only one guy in it. And he was taking some pictures out the window, and I just said, Sumimasen, to come in there and get a shot in front of him out the window, and he just went and smacked my hand as I was trying to go in there and get the shot.
Yeah.
And it was just enough time that I was no longer able to get the shot. And then he just was like this. And by golly, I wanted to fucking deck that motherfucker.
Yeah.
If there had not been a conductor in the back of the train, I might have done it.
Gaijin Smash!
Gaijin Smash.
Did you
Yeah.
say anything to him?
I said, "Excuse me?" And then he went
In English.
in English. I was about to say more, but
Yeah.
I didn't.
Well, that was good that you didn't, but
Why?
These assholes
Why was
and
that?
stuff.
Why was that good?
no, I mean,
We're okay. This is how it works. We're foreigners in Japan, so anytime there's an altercation or something
It's our fault.
happens, first person that is going to be considered at fault. What are you doing?
That's the camera. That's the camera.
Nobody can see this because he's behind
Yes,
the camera.
Well, Aya
but
is-
she's like messing with the camera.
Yeah.
I'm getting worried because I don't know.
Don't touch the camera.
The screen is on
yes.
hantai.
Aya, satsuechu.
Ah!
Satsuechu. Please don't mess with the camera.
I'm sorry.
Here, goddamn! I'll turn it around for you. Jeez, here you can see.
does that work?
There you go.
Hey,
Okay.
Yeah.
can you see us? Can you
If
see
ever
me?
there is an
Enjoy.
altercation.
How do I look? How do
If
I
ever
look?
there is an altercation between a foreigner and somebody Japanese in Japan, automatically the foreigner is to blame, even if the foreigner is not to blame. But,
But
Really?
the foreigner's always to blame.
But yeah, because we're foreigners.
yeah,
Also, in Japan, there's no such thing as 100% fault.
yeah.
Oh no, that's true.
Unless you're foreign.
So yeah, like if you get in an accident or something like that, there's always like a split in the fault. It could be something ridiculous, like 1% your fault and 99% your fault, and that's how they do the reimbursement for the insurances and stuff like that as well. If it's 60% your fault, then you have to pay 60% of whatever your insurance has to pay 60% of whatever the charges are to repairs and stuff like that.
I got hit by a van.
Well, go on.
Okay.
Well, that sounds
Really?
painful. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it was pretty painful. But the thing was, it was my fault. Because I was an idiot. A stupid foreigner. It was like my second week here. It was just after the earthquake. The Chuetsu earthquake.
In 2004.
311.
2004, yeah. It was
Wait,
my,
Chuetsu. Wow.
Yeah,
Not the
Chuetsu,
Tohoku,
yeah.
the Chuetsu.
So it was just after that, and I was riding my bike home, and I was flying. It was like super flying. And I saw this van was coming out, but for some reason I decided I was not going to slow down or let this person go. And he's looking the other way, and I could see him. The whole time I could see him. And he's looking the other way, and then he like... And I could see the break in the traffic, and he's like, "Oh, he's going to go." And of course, I didn't slow down because I'm an idiot. I sped up. So then, and I knew it as I was like, "Oh shit, he's really going to go." And then he hits me, knocks me out into the street. It's this big van, and I put a nice dent, and I lowered my shoulder because that's what stupid people do.
Oh.
And I got shoved out into the street, and I remember it. And he jumps out of his van. And I'm in the street going like, oh fuck, I'm hurt. And he comes out and he's like, abunai. And there's this old woman who was determined to go straight through me. She was not going to stop. So he pulls me out of the way. Or she would have gone right through me. She was just like... And she had this like look on her face. Like,
Can't see Can't see his face, but it's like...
I've never seen anything like it. I was like, I'm going to die. And he pulls me out of the way because I'm still holding my bike for some stupid reason. I like went with my bike. But...
Is it a bicycle or a motorbike?
It was a bicycle.
Oh my God.
I just bought it. It was stolen like a day later, but yeah, because I've had 13 bikes stolen in Japan.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never had a bike.
I keep buying them and they keep getting stolen, and I put locks on them and everything. I found 2 with different locks on them. That's the one thing about Japan is they love to steal your bikes for some reason, especially mine.
That's because you buy foreign bikes, right? You don't buy the Mama Charis.
No, I buy them at the used store because they're probably stolen anyway. But
the thing about Mama Charis is it's like an old bike.
Yeah.
It's like it's got a little basket on the front.
I don't buy
Single
those.
gear.
Yeah.
It's got the bend in the front for like women's bikes in the States. You know, men's bikes have the one
Straight
bar
bar
going straight across.
Yeah.
But the women's bikes have that curved thing.
The
All
police
Mama
ride
Charis have
those.
that.
They police
Yeah,
ride
the
those
police ride
bikes.
those,
They ride like it's like what's that? The Wizard of Oz. They all have those bikes. It's, I just can't. I cannot ride them.
Yeah.
I can't.
I think. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, go on.
I think we actually didn't we rent a couple of those from?
We rented a couple of those from Murakami Station yesterday.
We
Yeah,
did.
the other day I went to pick you guys up, and I get to the station. I'm like, "Where are you guys?" And you're like, "Oh, we went up this road a bit to buy some karaoke or something like that." I'm like, "I'm waiting for you at the station."
I
Oh, well,
sent you a
just
text
come on
message.
over here.
I
Well,
sent you a
you didn't tell me you were on bikes. He said, "Oh, yeah, we're up front. We're just come down the road a little bit." And then I come down the road, and you're out there
I
waiting
sent you
for
a
me.
message over the phone.
Yeah,
It said,
you recorded on my voicemail that I didn't get, and then
that's
I got there and I get out and I'm walking up to you guys and I'm like, "You got bikes?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, we got bikes."
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
I
You knew I was coming. I got a car. I can't put your car in my little K or your
put
your
our
bikes
bikes in the K
in
car.
my little K car.
Yeah.
I got a little tiny car. It's a Stella, a Subaru Stella. And the K car is a type of car that's like really economical and small. It's just small. You're not gonna fit even one bike in there, much less 2.
I think my car is like that. I have a Suzuki Lipan, which it's a tiny, tiny car. It's a 4-seat car, but it's like
It's
a
still
toaster.
bigger than my car.
It's tiny.
I've got a Mitsubishi mini car, and that is a really
the mini,
small car.
yeah.
It's got 2 doors, only 2 seats that you can really use. I mean, there's a seat in the back, but yeah, it's smaller than a mini. If you took a Honda CRX and squished it a little bit,
A little bit. You mean a lot?
yeah, like cut it in half.
Yes.
Because a
That's what it is.
Honda CRX has
Thank you.
actually a lot of space. Okay, so we got 20 minutes. We're
Okay.
good.
Nice. We're at 20 minutes. We have 20 minutes.
We have 20 minutes.
Okay.
That's all we have left.
Yeah.
Wow, this is fast.
I should have done a timer.
Okay.
But
You
yeah,
should have,
let's
like, with a
kind of
beep,
keep it
beep,
like
beep,
around
go
1
on.
hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Around 1 hour.
Yeah.
All right.
And when it comes down to time, then boom, we're done.
Okay.
One
real
thing.
quick, I'm going to do like a advertisement.
Okay.
Okay.
You did yours,
Okay.
but you can also check out Grinning Studios on the website, grinningstudios.com, and we're going to have Gaijin Smash .grinningstudios.com, which is where you're going to find this, other than on YouTube. And your thing, what is that called?
Manga
Manga
everywhere.
Manga
Yes, which I basically take pictures. There are manga representations on signs everywhere in Japan. The subway station, the stores, the shopping malls, everywhere. So I take pictures of them and I will post them.
And what were you going to do?
The manhole covers. Everywhere you go in Japan, there is a different manhole cover. Like the towns, the cities, they put on their manhole cover or manhole covers, they might have multiple designs, something that represents the city, whether it's a fruit that they grow, part of the landscape, something that advertises the character of that city. And whenever I go around, if I see a different manhole cover, I take a picture of it. And to date, I've collected about 400 of them from all across Japan, and they're really, really cool. It started out with me just taking a couple of manhole cover pictures when I had seen them and putting them in an album, and a couple of people, my mom and a couple other folks back in the States,
It's
going,
always my mom. Whenever you start something, it's like the one person who's going to give you like the encouragement that you need to keep doing it is your mom.
Well, hey, that's what moms are for, right?
That's what moms
must
are
be
for.
what
But my
moms
mom
are for.
said, I really wish you would make an album just to these. And I was like, well, I don't have enough of these to make a decent Facebook album, but I just decided to look into it. And lo and behold, I had about 50 of them.
Not bad.
I was surprised. I had 50.
Now you got how many?
400.
Wow.
400 about. And some of them are in color. Some of them are full color. Some of them are just a regular piece of metal. But they all have these really neat designs
Excuse
on
me, I
them.
have a question.
Yes.
You don't have to raise your hand.
Yeah.
Jump in there.
Well, I'm going to do it anyway.
Well, he's a teacher. We're
Yeah,
all
I'm a
teachers.
teacher. I'm a
Let's
teacher.
raise our
Yes,
hands.
yes.
So, how do your mothers feel about you being in Japan? Because I think my mom is not too keen on it, if I have to say so. I think she'd rather have me be around so she could scold me personally.
I think everybody's mother would rather have their kid around.
Yep.
Even me?
I don't know.
My mother's a little crazy, but yeah.
Obviously, my mom and dad would love to have me back in America, but and I would actually love to be there. I would love to be there with my mom and dad. I feel like so much of America, so much of my home, so much of part of my identity that was connected to my home has dissolved over the years just because of the restrictively high cost of airfare. I've only been back 3 times in 5 years.
So you've been here 5 years.
Yeah, he's been here 5 years. Well, no, he's been here 6 years.
This is my 6th year. It's been 5 years, and we're in year 6 right now.
So I
But I've
guess-
only been back 3 times because of how unbelievably expensive the plane tickets are.
I've been here, I guess, going on 8 years now, and I've only gone back 3 times.
Really? Wow.
It's not enough.
Yeah, I think my parents are okay with it. Like, of course, they were sad to see me go, but at the same time, I think they understand that
He needs to get the fuck out of the house.
well, that and also it was like I found something good here. It's like I found a good job. I'm in
Helps that
Japan.
you have, like your best friend.
Yeah, my best friend is here.
Here.
I have connections here. I have another friend of mine, John Poli, lives in Tokyo, and he's provided some great advice. So it's nice. I have connections here. I can live and travel in a great place, and this is like a dream come true to me. I mean, when I came here, like there's nothing in the States right now for my field, which is anthropology was what I studied in university, but I could not find. I searched for a year and a half, and
Why didn't you become an art history major? Probably would have been better.
that might have been a little better.
What were you going to say? Go on.
Are you an art history major?
No, I went to art school, though.
But not art history.
Oh, I studied art history, but yeah, it's a bad chapter. Bad chapter. I don't want to talk about it. Let's not talk about that. Well, what do I say? What's the
We
rule?
can't talk
We
about
can't
that.
We can't talk about that. Yeah.
We're gonna have all kinds of adventures. Now we've already had plenty of adventures here. You're new.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm new. Yes.
Well, he's being initiated.
Green
He has been properly initiated.
No,
Well, you know what? Since I came here the first time, I have been to 8 prefectures and
And a
seen-
hospital.
And a hospital, yes. But we can't talk about that.
We can't talk about that. Okay.
Okay, some things are really difficult in Japan. Like going to the hospital is pretty difficult. Have you ever been to the hospital?
I have. I've been to the hospital.
What for?
Shoulder surgery.
You had
Shoulder
surgery.
surgery.
I had
Wow.
shoulder surgery in 2012 because I dislocated my shoulder and chipped a bone while snowboarding. And apart from the pain of surgery, like after they had put needles in me to put the bone chip back in place, and the frustration of wearing a brace to keep my arm like this, it was pretty much easy for me to do.
And how long were you in the hospiel?
2 days.
Oh, not bad.
I went on a Friday morning. When was it?
The
I
insurance.
went in on a Thursday and then they did the surgery on Friday, and I went home on Saturday afternoon.
Wow, that's
Wow.
very short.
Yeah, the insurance here rocks.
The insurance.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's much
really
better
good.
than it would have been in the United States. I mean, I still owed
More
something
expensive, but
I still owed 87,000 yen. That's about $870 for the surgery. But I asked them if they would break it up into 13 installments, and the only thing they said was, "Oh, it doesn't divide evenly, so one payment is going to be more than the others." Okay, well, let's do it first. Okay, thank you. Let's do that. That was all. That was all it was.
yeah,
Yeah.
it works.
It was easy enough, and I even told the doctor to, as much as he possibly could, dumb the language down as far as he could to explain what was going to happen, and he did. He dumbed it down and he drew pictures and said, "We're going to do this. We're going to do this. This is what's gone wrong. This is the result." And he did a very, very good job of explaining what was happening to me.
What about you?
About hospitals?
Yeah. Have you ever been to the hospital, Amber?
Yeah, but I've been a couple times, but
Anything major?
nothing major. No, I had food poisoning, but I had a
Ooh.
colonoscopy.
Is that the most? Oh, colonoscopy.
I had
That's
a
pretty
colonoscopy.
major.
Yeah, that's pretty major.
If you ask me,
but-
that's the most major thing right there.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but it wasn't that bad, except that it's a teaching hospital. Shibata's a teaching hospital, and I had told my doctor, I said, "Look, I don't want anybody in the room except you and the nurse. That's it. I don't want anybody else there." So happens the procedure, and they stick a camera in your ass. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm there, I'm ready. We're ready to have this thing, and they give you these shorts, and they're pretty cool. You know, you have these shorts
With a
on. There's
hole
a slit
in
in
the
the
center?
back. Yeah, but nothing's happening yet. You know, no one's touching my butt yet. And all of a sudden, there's like 6 18-year-old girls looking at my ass, getting ready to watch this camera go in it, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? So I grabbed the doctor's hand. I'm like, what are they doing here? It's like, what's that? I specifically said no people in this room. And the door's wide open, right? The door's wide open. So, and he's like completely beside himself. I'm like, there's a bunch of fucking girls right there. I don't want them to see my ass when you stuff a camera in it. You know, there's something about that I don't want to happen. And so finally, he tells the head nurse. The head nurse is right there, like waiting. It's like, okay, we're gonna watch this camera go in your ass for some reason. And so finally, he's like, my grip's getting tighter, right?
Yeah.
So it's starting to hurt him. Yeah. So he's like, get them out of here. So they close the door. There's a fucking window. So they're all like waiting at the window. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, it's a window. Put a curtain or something on here. What the fuck? So it's like, at this point, I'm yelling. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You want to see what this camera looks like? I'm going to shove it up your ass. You know, it's like, and I'm red and everything. And you can see my face in the camera. It's like on the TV screen. And I'm like, because I'm holding the camera at this point, because I took it out of his hand. So like, and you can see my face on the screen, and I'm pissed.
Yeah.
And he's like, so he makes everyone go. And then finally, okay, everyone's gone. But there's still this fucking window. And there's this one nurse. And she keeps walking by. And looking at it, it's like shoving this camera up my ass. It was a horrible experience. But I got it over with.
Yeah.
But anyway, don't go to Shibata Hospital.
Okay.
18-year-old
That's
girls.
good advice.
18-year-old
That's good
girls.
advice.
I don't have a problem with 18-year-old girls if they're pretty.
They were all hot, but I shop at the same store that they shop at. I mean, half of them I knew. It was like, well, yeah, so you're gonna see my hairy ass with a camera shoved on
I
it.
see. This is the issue.
Yeah,
He doesn't like his ass very much.
No, I'm not a big fan of my ass. I'm not a big fan of my ass. To be
Could
honest.
you imagine going to the store and all of a sudden this girl comes up? I remember your asshole.
Yeah, I remember you had a
Yeah.
camera shoved at your ass the other day.
Yes,
It was
and
like-
I know it was you who was shoving
I'll
the
never
camera up
forget
there.
that ass. Yep, that's the one.
Yep. Yeah, and she liked what she saw.
Yeah, but yeah. So then I scolded the doctor afterwards too. It was like, what did I tell you? When we had our procedure consultation, I was like, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? I was like, and he just had his head down the whole time. And the thing is, like, the head nurse is my student's parent, right?
Uh-huh.
And she was like, oh fuck. It's like, oh fuck. So it was pretty good. I mean, he didn't want to see me again after that. But I didn't want to see him either.
Yeah.
You shoved the camera in my ass.
You haven't been here long enough to have a hospital visit, have you? Oh, wait, you have.
Well,
You don't
you know
have to
what?
talk about
It's
it.
okay.
You said
It's
it was-
okay. It's
oh,
okay.
It's okay.
I
But make it
basically-
funny.
I will make it funny. Well, basically, all right.
Right after that night of drinking.
Yes, after the night of drinking where we had tried sake and whiskey and wine and more
Well,
wine.
it's like a hangover type of thing?
Well, it was partially a hangover. It was partially because I had been traveling awake for 32 hours at
Cool.
nonstop. I came from St. Louis, Missouri in the United States to Tokyo to Mount Fuji and then walked to the guest house. So that was like 32 hours straight that I had been traveling. And then I had a massive hangover. And so we visited Shimoda in August, which is insanely hot and humid.
And beautiful.
And beautiful, yes.
When you're not sick.
When you're not sick. But at this point, my body was just like, stop moving, stop moving, stop moving. And I kept moving. So, of course, finally, it's like over 100 degrees and like 100% humidity, and my body's just like, nope, we're done. And so I get heat exhaustion. And so, you know, they rushed me to the hospital, and the ambulance was phenomenal. The doctors were phenomenal. They got me back on my feet within a couple of hours. So it was really good. It sucked that it happened, but at the same time, it was like after doing all of those things in rapid succession, my body was just like, nope, we're done, crash. So,
Well,
Did they
I'm
shove a
glad
camera
you-
in your ass?
they did not show the camera on us, so.
It was actually the first time I'd ever ridden in an ambulance.
Really?
Really?
I've
Oh,
never
you were
really-
with him.
I was
It's your
with him,
fault.
Yeah, it's his fault.
That was my fault because I was like, we were riding our bikes from the guest house down to the beach, and then it was like, what a great beach. Let's go to another one.
Yep.
Yeah, but we saw the guys with the octopus. We were snorkeling in that water.
And you saw that eel.
I saw that eel.
That deal.
There was we went snorkeling in one of the beaches in Shimoda.
Was it a moray eel?
It was a
It
moray
was a
eel.
moray eel.
Really?
Yeah.
Moray eel.
And I got a picture
Yeah.
with it. Picture of
Yeah,
it.
it was. We went snorkeling, and there was this like rock about. It was really shallow. It was like only
The water was
6,
probably about
7.
this deep.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was about
The
that.
top of the rock was like only like this far under the water, but if you go all the way
Yeah.
down to the bottom, it was down.
He was just like way down, hiding, and you know he was kind of poking his head out. But we came with a camera, and he was just like, "No, we're not doing that." And he would go back in. So
But I got a couple of really
you did
good
get a
shots.
couple of good shots of that. Yeah.
I
That's
have
pretty
no
cool.
pictures like that.
No, I don't either.
I've got pictures of like flowers on a mountain.
I got monkeys.
I
A lot of
graduated.
monkeys.
You got a
Yeah,
monkey?
monkeys, yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to catch a monkey.
A monkey took my camera.
It took your camera.
Miyajima, a monkey took my camera, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I want to change the film.
Yeah.
It was a Checky. I had a Checky camera. And I'm like trying to change the camera. I'm trying to change the film. So I'm opening the thing. And all of a sudden I look back, my fucking camera's gone.
Oh no.
And this like tiny monkey was like this tall. And this tiny monkey took my camera. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I grabbed it back, right?
Yeah.
And then its mother, it was like a big monkey, comes over, is like,
Oh.
wah, wah, like, oh fuck. But luckily, all the monkeys started doing the same thing. I was like, yeah, what the fuck, taking our camera? I was like, no, it's my camera, man. It's my fucking camera. So I ran.
Yeah.
I ran from monkeys.
I ran.
I ran, yeah.
Fucking booked it out.
Yeah.
I want nothing to do with the monkeys.
Did any of them recognize your ass?
That was before, in my defense, it was before I had the colonoscopy,
okay.
because that was like the same
Okay.
week my girlfriend had broke up
Well,
with
I
me
would-
and
I would
everything.
tell you that was
so
why the
were they
monkey
at the
taken-
hospital? These monkeys might have.
They may
Yeah,
have been the
it
nurses.
could have been.
It could have been the
They were
nurses.
disguised as nurses. Those
They were the
fuckers.
nurses,
But
yeah.
Monkeys are
Yeah.
evil.
It's like, stick it up his ass. Stick it
Yeah.
up his ass.
I didn't need that procedure. It was the monkeys.
So I've been to the hospital 2 times for major surgeries. Well,
Oh.
I don't
Major
wanna say
surgeries.
One major surgery.
What was that?
I had in my sinuses, like from really young, I broke my nose,
Oh, shit.
and I was riding on a skateboard on my knees, and we had you know in the States we have those sidewalks that are like they got little like spaces
Oh, yeah,
in between,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
2 meter or a yard of
Yeah.
concrete and then
Concrete
a
and then
space.
in it, yeah.
And then I guess I hit one of those, and there was a rock in it or something like that. And well, the skateboard stopped, and my face just kept going straight into
Just
the
your
concrete.
face.
Well, it broke my nose, but I didn't really know it was broken. It was bleeding and all that kind of stuff. But my parents were just like, "Oh, suck it up." So I sucked it up, but come to find out, it was actually quite a big problem. I had bent that part into this nostril, and I couldn't really breathe very well. And because I had asthma when I was a kid, I had polyps.
Yeah.
It's like the stuff inside of your nose just gets all like puffy and big, and so they had to take that stuff out. And I was in the hospital for 2 weeks,
Really?
or so weeks.
Wow.
It was horrible too, because before the surgery, I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to be able to breathe again and stuff like that. After the surgery, I'm going, I don't want to be
So
here
everything
anymore.
hurt?
What's that?
It hurt?
Oh, god damn, it hurt.
I bet.
And this is what they did. They pull all that stuff out, right? And they cut it all out. And then they stuck all this gauze up in there, right? And so every day, I'd have to go to the doctor's office room from my hospital bed, and he'd have to pull some of that shit out. And there's so much of it up there. I can't believe how much space there is inside of your sinuses, because it's like,
wow.
Are you pulling out my brains? Because you keep pulling and more stuff keeps coming out.
Ooh.
And then, it was because it wasn't fully healed, and it'd be like, oh shit, we got to stick some more back up in there. And it's like, no, you're not. So it's like pulling shit out, sticking stuff back in, pulling shit out, sticking stuff back in for 2 weeks, and it was pretty horrible. Now it's like, I can breathe and stuff like that. But
So it was worth it in the long run, at least.
I guess. In the long
You
run,
had any procedures in Japan?
what? That was in Japan.
That was in
That was
Japan?
at Shibata Hospital, the hospital that you went to.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Were a bunch of nurses checking you out? Or
Yeah,
monkeys?
Of course. My
Apparently.
wife is a nurse. So she works at Shibata
I wonder if it was
Hospital.
her. I wonder if she was there, man.
She might have been. How long ago was this?
This has got to have been 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Actually, no. She wouldn't have been there.
No?
No. She's also in the maternity ward, so.
Yeah, I wasn't giving birth, so.
I would be scared if you were. So.
I wouldn't be
Could
scared.
happen.
I'd be pretty happy for you.
Yeah, I'd be,
Go on.
Oh,
I'd be like, fuck yeah, there's one for the history books.
No, that would be one.
Well, it could have been 2. Or 3.
Could have been. It could
All
have been.
right, real quick, everydy's got to have some
I'm not having that
octopus.
squid.
What?
No.
It's just
Squid, I've already eaten it. It's fine.
Yeah, it
It's fine,
smells
it's
like
good.
poop.
It's not small, man.
Yeah, I will
You're
have
just a
octopus.
Yeah, I'm a wimp.
It's
Take
not
the
very well.
smallest piece.
I had a camera in my ass.
Take the smallest piece.
I had a camera in my
I
ass. and
had
ate a squid.
an ass full of gauze in my nose, so
I don't like squid, just for the record.
Just put,
All right.
put, a
Don't
tentacle-
like
put a
squid.
tentacle
You're gonna have
in
to
your
eat it
mouth.
now.
It's not
I
a testicle,
don't
it's a
like it.
tentacle. No, put a tentacle in your mouth.
I'm a purist.
squid.
I'm a purist. I don't eat squid. They eat crabs.
it's good. They eat crabs.
Yeah, they eat crabs.
I eat
You know-
crabs.
you know-
I like crabs too.
Do
Crabs
you?
are delicious.
I'm allergic to crabs.
You know what this kind of reminds me of?
Yeah. So
It kind of reminds me of beef jerky, except like fishier.
Yeah.
fishy beef jerky.
Yeah, it's a little salty. It's chewy like beef jerky, but it's good.
It is chewy.
Where you headed? Oh, how much time we got?
We've got about 10 minutes left
How do you know this?
because I have my watch.
Not bad.
Yeah,
My
this is
complaint
good.
with this squid is it's seasoned with a little bit too much vinegar.
So that's what that flavor is, vinegar.
It's vinegar.
Is it vinegar?
It's vinegar, yeah.
Yeah, it
And
is.
vinegar in Japanese is
Su.
su. Yes.
Su-
I like it.
Amasuika. It's a sweet vinegar squid.
Eat up.
Yep. It's a weird like shape because I'm eating a tentacle and it's weird, but it's good. It's
Japan's
tasty.
all about tentacles.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
Jabalon.
I watched that porn. Tentacle porn.
Which one? I mean, there's like tons of them.
Yeah, there really is.
I don't know what it is because when I was in the States, tentacle porn stuff, that kind of stuff, that kind of perversion,
Yeah.
never saw it before. But when I came to Japan, it's like,
It's everywhere.
yeah, there's a lot of it. What is their obsession?
I have no idea.
Where does this come from?
It's because they are so small themselves.
Go on.
We'll go with that.
I
We'll go with that.
can't.
He knows this because he goes to the onsen, the hot springs all the time, and he's always checking them out. And he's like,
Okay, you want to hear a funny onsen story?
Yes.
Yes.
I went to Onsen. This is 2012. This is the first year in Niigata. I was there with a couple of friends of mine from the University of Niigata. One kid is Russian, the other was German. And we were just sitting in the hot springs. We would do that like every Sunday, we would do it. And we're in the outdoor bath, and my Russian friend sees a Japanese guy staring at them, and or a language warning. He goes, "Oh my God, look at this motherfucker. Look at this dirty this motherfucker is staring at me." And he was. I mean, honest to God, this guy's sitting there going, like that.
You sure he wasn't just like
No,
meditating?
he was definitely staring. It was like,
What the fuck is it?
I have no idea.
definitely staring.
Really?
Okay, motherfucker, stop staring at me, motherfucker. Oh, this is so gay.
You said what?
Okay, motherfucker, this is from Russia with love. And he stares back at this guy, just like this. And when this guy notices that his attention has been captured, the guy looks up and says, and Max goes,
So his name's Max.
So he just like blows a kiss at him.
As gross and campy as that was, it is nothing compared to what Max could do with it. It was disgusting. But this guy jumped to his feet and went running out of the hot springs as fast as he could. And Philip and I are just holding our breath, like just hold it, hold it, hold it. As soon as the guy goes inside and the door closes behind him, we're just we're laughing our asses off. And Philip goes to Max, and he's German. Max, what would you have done if he liked it? And Max, this is Max. Well, sometimes you have to take one for the team. Max, no!
I don't know about your accent, but yeah, that is
Yeah.
funny.
Did you ever walk into the wrong onsen? Because it was like my first year here, and we went to Ibaraki, and there was an onsen, and I didn't know they changed them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I got up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I'm going to go to the same onsen I went to last night. It was pretty cool. So I walk in, and I can't see. I can't see a fucking thing without my glasses.
Mm-hmm.
So I walk into the onsen, and I hear these women's voices, and I'm like, what the fuck? Is there a radio on or something like that? And I'm walking in, I'm about to take my towel off, and there's all of a sudden these old ladies, like, stop me, like, literally grab my towel, and they're like, I'm like, why are these old ladies in here?
That's definitely the wrong onsen.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, fuck. So they like escort me out, and they're like, oh, they're showing me the place that I'm supposed to go because for some reason they changed them and they write it in only Japanese because you know it's Japan.
Yeah.
And so then at breakfast that day, everyone comes up to me, and I didn't speak any Japanese at the time. And they're all like, they come up and they're like, whatever the fuck they're saying, like, yeah, that was me, I'm the asshole that went into the fucking wrong content. You were all naked, probably, but yeah, I was a very popular guy that day.
Well,
Because they didn't get a chance to see your
My
escape.
My escape, yes.
Your package.
My package, yeah.
So,
They almost did. They were very close to seeing my
So yeah,
package.
just enough of this cryptic stuff. They didn't get to see your penis, so
No,
they
they
come
did
over
not
and they're
see
like,
it, yeah.
so hey,
Hey, can
how
I see
big
your
is
penis
it?
now?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's breakfast. You got eggs? Come on. I have no idea what.
well, we had a bit of an interesting experience with the what was the name of that onsen we went to in Nikko?
The Yumoto.
Yumoto Onsen, yes, which was a sulfur spring onsen. It smelled, of course, like rotten eggs.
Yeah.
So it smells weird. It's nice. It's relaxing, but
But it smells like rotten eggs.
it smells like rotten eggs.
Yeah.
But
It's good for your skin.
yeah, but
Whatever,
it was
that's what they
interesting.
say. It smells like rotten eggs.
Prove it.
It was interesting though because
It's good for your nose.
we had
Sinuses.
there was an older gentleman who came in, and he started like making these like there were like reeds growing near the onsen, and so he took a little shoot of grass and he actually somehow managed to take a long root of grass and fold it in such a way that it formed a boat, and he then put the boat into the onsen, and so there's like 4 grown men playing with a little boat in an onsen that smells
Awesome.
like rotten eggs. It was a great experience. It was
That's
so
funny.
weird, but it was
I'd
good.
be like, oh, can I play too?
Show me how to fold that boat.
Yeah,
I have no idea how he did it. I don't know how he did it.
We should have asked him to show us.
Yes.
Yeah.
In retrospect, I regret not asking.
Yeah.
Of course, you were naked at the time.
Yes.
Talking to guys naked. There's something about the onsens and stuff. I mean, just being naked and stuff.
Okay, you want to hear my first? It took me a year and a half to go to Onsen because I knew I was going to get stared
All
at.
right, but you gotta hurry up because
And
we're
I knew
running
I
out
was
of
going to get talked about. And I didn't want to have anybody be able to say something without me knowing it. First time I go to Onsen, there's a couple of guys who are a little bit drunk. It's in Nagano. And as soon as I go in, they go quiet for a second, and then one guy goes, he might be American. They're supposed to be bigger than us. Well, he's wearing a towel, so I don't know. Well, he's got his on his head now. You should go and see. You should go and see. No, you shouldn't say things like, well, I am going to go and see. I am going to go and see. And then this guy gets up to go in, and he is ready to come over here and have a look. And that's when I was like, okay, that's not happening. And I said in the most polite Japanese I knew at the time,
Go fuck
excuse
yourself.
me, would you be so kind as to graciously pass me that thing over there? And they all stopped. And the guy who was standing
So you
up,
said this in Japanese.
Yes,
Yeah.
in Sonkeigo. I said it in Sonkeigo to them.
So the
Really,
very
really
honorific
nice
Japanese.
honorific
very, very
Japanese.
honorific Japanese. It comes across as I translated it. Would you be so kind as to graciously pass me that thing over there? And the guy who's actually stood up to come over and have a look is like, and his friend's like, oh, yes, oh, here you go. Hey, your Japanese is pretty good. Do you live in Japan? And yeah, I've been in Japan for about a year and a half, and I will be taking the language proficiency exam in December. Oh, really? Well, that's great. Your Japanese is good. And the guy's like, yeah, you give a fool enough rope, and he'll hang himself. That was pretty funny.
Oh wait! Next time, not this time. Next time, you got to tell us a story about trying to use Sankeigo to the police.
Oh,
officers
the police
and stuff.
officer being
Wait,
pulled for speeding
this
in the
time.
first year.
Not this
Another
time.
time.
Yes.
Another time.
Next
Yes,
time.
Well, you got to tell them about the mob boss in Chiba.
Boss. I don't know if he was a boss.
Well, he was somebody that was in the mob and very important in the mob.
Yeah, there's yakuzas everywhere. So
Well, what happened? You told me the story. It's a great story. Come on.
which one?
Do we have time?
No,
You were in the onsen, and he comes up to you and goes, "Oh, you are American, yes? Oh, I know, I can tell." To which you went, "And you are jealous, right?" "I know, I can tell."
You said that?
To a yakuza.
Were you drunk?
I didn't know he was yakuza right away.
Oh.
So you saw the lack of pinky or what?
Until he turned around and I could see the tattoos on his back, and it was like, there's got to be more to that story too. I don't seem that.
Was he pissed?
No, I don't think so. He probably didn't really understand. My Japanese was horrible, so I'm guessing that he said to me in English and I said to him in English, and well, this is like 8 years ago, so jeez.
Well, that's basically the story that you told me.
Yeah, I've been to that onsen. Oh, there's this onsen in Chiba is really awesome. It's in Kisarazu, and Kisarazu is like there's a tunnel that goes from Tokyo and it goes underneath the
bay,
the Tokyo
the
Bay,
aqua line,
and it comes out in this area called Chiba, and right there where it comes out is Kisarazu, and it's got this right next to that area. There's an onsen that's like right on the beach, and it's just awesome. I've been there so many times. There's this bar owner that I used to just live at his bar basically, and we were good friends. We used to go to that onsen a lot, and this is one of those times. And it was actually one other guy from like Finland, biggest motherfucker I've ever seen in Japan. This Finland dude who was just like huge, and he loved to drink. But we were all pretty drunk at that time too. So if I told you the story, I hope I didn't embellish it too much. But yeah, that every time I've ever been to that onsen, it's been in a drunken stupor. It's like, hey, let's go to the onsen. That sounds good. We'll share for a taxi. Let's go. And by the time we get there, we're like, the fuck am I?
But onsens usually don't let the yakuza in, do they? When they have tattoos.
Oh, Kisarazu is like the
Yakuza.
That's where they all live. They're not going to live in Tokyo, because that's where they do their business, right? You don't piss in
you don't shit where you eat.
You don't shit where you eat. You don't piss in your pool. That kind of thing. So, and the Aqualine's right there, so they all live right there. And you know the Yakuza houses by the huge high walls that they have, and there's cameras everywhere. Oftentimes there's some random guy who, if you watch, you'll see him walking around and then walking around again. It's like, oh, he's not a pedestrian. He's not just some guy walking to his destination. He's a fucking guy doing rounds around the damn place. Just checking for people like you. Get the fuck out of here, But many times I've been in like the bars and stuff like that. They love foreigners.
Really?
Because we're fucking hilarious. We're funny looking, we're funny dancing, funny talking. So anytime I'd be at a bar and there's like a Yakuza there, it'd be like, oh, there's a foreigner. He's going to sit with us now. We're going to buy him drinks and he's going to make us laugh. So that's pretty much what I did at every bar that I went to. It's like, I go in there, I come up to the bartender, where's the Yakuza guy? He's over there. Okay. I guess I'll be going over there soon. So just give me a few minutes and wait. And usually, oh, you're a foreigner. You're from, where are you from? You come over here. You sit down. You want a drink? What do you want? Okay, get him a drink. And then it's me entertaining Yakuzas for the rest of the night. Mostly for free, so I couldn't complain too much.
Well, hey, if they give you drinks, I mean...
Yeah.
So I'd be the token...
token white guy.
Token
Gaijin.
Token Gaijin for, few hours or so. One time I had one of them, take me to a Onsen. He's like, oh, you're coming with me. We're going here. It's called senpai syndrome. You ever heard of senpai syndrome?
No.
Never heard of it?
I noticed.
It's like your elder, he decides what you're going to do and how you're going to have fun for the rest of the night. But when they do
as long
that...
as they pay for it.
Yeah, they're paying for it.
That's
how it works. That's how it works.
I would love that.
Okay.
It'd be kind of fun.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
At the same time, it would also be, like, incredibly intimidating, like, oh my god, what's happening?
You just kind of got to go with the flow. You got to just... All right, that's cool. Oh, that's a funny joke. Yeah. Like you would with any other. If you were in the States, And if at that time I didn't speak very much.
I wouldn't be taking a bath with a guy if I was in the States.
Wouldn't be what?
Taking a bath with a guy.
Well, that's a good point. True, but yes.
Well, if it was a mob boss, you probably would. You'd be like, yeah.
I don't think so. I draw the line at taking baths with guys.
All right. Well, in Japan, that's what we do.
That's a good point.
All right, so we're just about out of time,
pretty much,
and this is the first episode. We'll try and come back and do this a few other times. Maybe it'll be some other people. This is Graham's only time he'll be on here.
That's the only time.
Well, it was a pleasure being here. Thank you for having me. So,
if you get a chance to come here again,
when you get a chance to come here again, he'll be back.
When you get a chance to come here again, please join us for another show.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see you all later.
Until next time.
See you later.
See you later.
See ya.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Nice.
That was good. We got a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah, we did.
I hope so.
We talked about my ass.
Talked about ass.